Okay, let's jump right into 2 Chronicles chapter 11.
Right. And it starts immediately after the kingdom splits. Big tension.
Huge tension. Rehoboam, he's now king of Judah and Benjamin down south, and he's not messing around. He gathers this massive army. What was it, 180,000 men?
That's the number, 180,000 fighting men from Judah and Benjamin. And the goal is clear. March north, attack Jeroboam and Israel, and, well, force the kingdom back together.
Seems like a recipe for immediate civil war, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It looks inevitable, but then, bam, a major turning point. The word of the Lord comes.
To Shemaiah, right, the man of God.
Exactly. And the message from God is incredibly direct. Basically, stop, don't fight your brothers.
Yeah, don't go up against your relatives, Israel.
Yeah.
Everyone go home. And the reason, this is my doing.
Just like that. Think about it, this massive army all geared up.
And they just stop, they obey and go home. That's pretty amazing.
It really is. The text says they obeyed the word of the Lord and turned back. So, no battle. At least not right then. That obedience just changed everything in that moment.
Okay, so the invasion is off. What does Rehoboam do instead? Does he just sit tight?
Not at all. There's a complete pivot. Instead of outward conquest, he focuses inward, on defense, on strengthening his own kingdom.
Consolidation. Makes sense.
Precisely. He starts a big building project, fortifying cities all over Judah and Benjamin. We get specific names mentioned like Bethlehem, Etam, Tekoa.
Lachish, Hebron too, right? Strategic places.
Very strategic. And it wasn't just walls. He put commanders in charge, stocked these places with food, oil, wine, shields, spears, the works. Made them very strong, as the text puts it.
So building up military strengths, but for defense this time. Interesting. But there was something else strengthening his kingdom too, wasn't there? A movement of people.
Yes, this is crucial. A really significant migration starts happening. Priests and Levites from all over Israel, the northern kingdom, start leaving their homes and land.
And they head south to Judah and Jerusalem.
That's right. And the text gives a very specific reason why.
It wasn't just politics, was it?
No, it seems primarily religious. It says Jeroboam and his sons had kicked them out, basically. Rejected them from serving as priests to the Lord.
Because Jeroboam set up his own religious system.
Exactly. His own priests, high places, even idols, those goat and calf idols are mentioned. So the legitimate priests and Levites, they couldn't function there anymore.
Wow. So they relocated. But it wasn't only them.
Right.
Yeah.
The chapter adds that others came too. People from every tribe in Israel who were, sincerely seeking the Lord, the God of Israel. They followed the Levites south to Jerusalem so they could offer sacrifices properly.
So you have this influx of religiously committed people. What effect did that have?
A big one. The text explicitly says these groups strengthened the kingdom of Judah. They supported Rehoboam. And it led to this period, about 3 years, where it says they walked in the ways of David and Solomon.
So a period of stability and maybe religious faithfulness, partly fueled by the problems up north.
Seems that way. It suggests a temporary return to form, strengthened by those who rejected Jeroboam's changes.
Okay, while this is going on, Rehoboam is also busy on the home front, right? Building his own dynasty.
He certainly is. We get details about his family life. He marries Mahalath, then Magak, who's called the daughter of Absalom.
And Mabaka seems to become quite important.
Very. She bears him several sons, including Abijah, and the text notes Rehoboam loved her more than his other wives and concubines.
And he favored her son, Abijah.
Clearly. He appoints Abijah as the chief prince among his brothers, basically naming him heir apparent, making him the next king in line.
Now, lots of sons in a royal family can spell trouble. Did Rehoboam have a plan for that?
It seems he did, and the text presents it as a pretty shrewd move. Instead of keeping all his sons in Jerusalem, potentially jockeying for power.
He spread them out.
Yeah, he dispersed many of them throughout those fortified cities he'd built. He set them up well, gave them abundant provisions, and even arranged many wives for them.
So give them status and responsibility, but away from the center of power. Kind of keeps things stable.
That seems to be the idea. Diffuse potential rivalry while still providing for them, and the numbers involved are quite something.
What were they again?
18 wives, 60 concubines, 28 sons, and 60 daughters. It's a huge royal household.
Wow. Okay, so let's pull this all together. We have divine intervention stopping a war.
Then a shift to building defenses.
Then this major migration of priests, Levites, and other faithful people from the north.
Which strengthens Judah and leads to a period of following the ways of David and Solomon.
And alongside all that, Rehoboam is managing this massive family and planning his succession. What does chapter 11 really show us here?
Well, it paints a fascinating picture, doesn't it? It shows how a kingdom can be shaped by, well, a mix of things. Divine commands, yes, but also smart political strategy, like the fortifications and dispersing the sons. And critically, how religious loyalty or the rejection of it elsewhere can directly impact political power and stability.
It's that migration aspect that's really striking.
It is. The very actions Jeroboam took in the north to establish his control ended up sending people south who strengthened his rival, Rehoboam. It established Judah not just militarily, but also as the center for traditional worship, at least for a time.
So here's something to chew on. How often do actions taken for one purpose, like Jeroboam rejecting the priests, end up having completely unforeseen consequences that actually benefit an opponent? It really makes you think about the complex relationship between faith, leadership, and the flow of power, doesn't it?